A potentially deadly heatwave is set to break records in England next week. The UK Met Office has issued its most severe warning. Let's get over to Ollie Barrett in London for more on this. Ollie, we know Europe's already facing heat waves, but how dire is this warning by the Met Office for the UK? How much of a scorch are we going to see?
It's pretty dire. I think the level of scorchiness is going to be pretty high. The Met Office weather forecasters say there's around a 50% chance that the records will be broken here in the UK on Monday or Tuesday, the all-time record. So that means 2019, when we saw 38.7 degrees Celsius in Cambridge, and forecasters say it could well see temperatures hitting 40 degrees Celsius here in the UK on Monday or Tuesday for the first time ever. Now, what that means in terms of practicalities is that the UK government is warning that this is essentially a risk to life, and not just a risk to life to the vulnerable categories that are always warned when things get hot, which are the very young and the very old, but actually right across the spectrum if people don't take particular care. So the Met Office is warning about population-wide adverse health effects, substantial changes in working practices and daily routines being absolutely necessary, a high risk of failure of heat-sensitive equipment, which may mean that services of various forms go down, up and down the United Kingdom. They're also warning of the fact that many Brits will try and head to the sea, to the beach, to try and cool down, or other bodies of waters, and that will lead, they believe, to travel disruption on the roads and delays, but also to the potential for loss of life in bodies of water around the UK coastline, but also internal lakes and rivers as well, as people try and cool down. And we've also heard from rail companies, for example, that some train services simply may just stop running.
A risky time for Brits, Ollie, but let's move on to the Conservative Party leadership. There are TV debates, the next hurdle for candidates. What can we expect of that?
Well, what the candidates are really trying to do here, Dawn, is appeal to a couple of different audiences. The most pressing one is of Conservative MPs, because for the 5 candidates still remaining, there is another vote due on Monday, and the candidates will be whittled down to 2 by the middle or the end of next week. And that final pairing then goes on to the postal ballot of the wider Conservative Party membership. And so while the candidates this weekend, as they talk to television cameras, they hold these hustings and these televised debates as well, will be aiming their messages at Conservative MPs, those who believe they're in with a chance are also aiming their message at the membership too, in case they get into that final pairing and therefore have to try and win the support of the party members, the 150,000 or so of them up and down the country. We're also seeing backroom conversations going on behind the scenes, with candidates being asked to consider dropping out in exchange for a job in government, for example, that kind of thing, that kind of jockeying and horse trading. We're also seeing things get quite nasty at times, with allies of the candidates attacking their candidates' rivals and questioning their record and their abilities to take high office, because whoever wins this Conservative Party leadership race will become the next UK Prime Minister, we think, on September the 6th.
Things heating up in the UK in more ways than one. Ollie, thank you very much for that. Ollie Barrett there reporting from London.